excuse me, that sounded like a fart. It wasn't. It was the seat. You know I love a fart.
A hotel seat. I hope the fart comes through on your microphone.
Me too. It's like such a bit from what is it? It was on It's on Freaks and Geeks when the chair squeaks and the cute cheerleader girl is studying.
Oh my God.
But that was like amazing because I don't think I could ever recreate it. Hold on, let me see. There. Yeah, I did.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing my best.
She's recording on her little thing. Oh, wow. Well, hi, Caissie.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going. You're in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell.
Damn.
I can tell by looking at those hotel walls behind you that you're in Arizona. And plus I know.
Yeah. It's been like a tough week. What would you say?
I mean, it's been tough for everyone.
Fucking nuts. Yes. I agree.
It's wild times for everyone. I am very concerned
I'm super concerned.
I have a great many friends who have tested positive for the Omicron variant of coronavirus, which doesn't seem great. It's not a great Christmas present. If you celebrate Christmas and we're hoping for a great Christmas present, it's not a great one.
Well, here's what I'll say. I, felt a little bit like I was in some sort of dystopian film last week. Our last day of work was Wednesday, shooting Girls Five Eva. And we actually ended the day at lunch. We quit early.
Yes.
Because there was an exposure. Someone was exposed at work. It was not me, but someone was exposed. And then it was we already weren't thankfully scheduled to film Thursday and Friday.
Right.
So then the call just became like, do you risk it and the 200 and whatever people working on this crew? Or, and you have to remember a week ago, like the information wasn't as available as it is today about what was about to happen. And I do have to say that there were differing opinions, but I really was like, I have a gut about this, guys.
Yeah.
And remember the last time I had a gut about this?
You moved across the country.
Right. But also it was literally before the shutdown in 2020.
No.
Remember?
Yeah,
I was the one writing crazy text messages. I mean, in retrospect, not crazy, but text messages to my sister about how she needed to stop going into work and
right.
All this stuff. And she was like, you're out of your damn mind. And I was like, I am not.
Yeah.
Anyway,
no. Yeah.
New York was quickly overcome.
Yeah.
And I will say that I was grateful that the production chose to shut down at lunch and not continue for the rest of the day.
That is so good because all of my friends work in TV, almost all of my friends, and everybody who is working right now sort of quietly said there's this many positive people tested positive today. And so everything was sort of quietly shutting down, or they were trying to shut halfway down and work things out to just finish out what they planned before the holiday break. And it's got pretty dicey.
It was dicey. And also for me, we kept the kids home from school.
Yeah.
Cause then I was just like, why are I really, really wanted to come see my parents, Yeah. And I weighed all of the things and have been getting so many tests. And It's wild. Like I said to Leanne, I said to my sister, I was like, remember when you thought you had a sinus infection and it turned out it was coronavirus?
Ugh,
It's COVID.
yeah.
And she was like, yeah, Busy. I remember that. And I was like, well, I thought I had COVID and turned out it was just a massive sinus infection. And like, mine just kept like, I was like, any day now it's going to turn, but it really was just a massive sinus infection.
Right.
So,
well, that's where we all are right now. We're all like, is it, somebody had a viral tweet where it was just like, is it coronavirus or is it allergies or is it my period? Is it, or is it coronavirus? And I mean, that's where I am too. Like I have my period. I have a cold sore, which I'm like, oh no, people with coronavirus get cold sores sometimes.
They do?
Yes. But then I'm like, also, I just get cold sores sometimes, And sometimes when you injure your lip, if you're the kind of person that gets like cold sores, you'll get a cold sore in that spot where you injure your lip. And I happen to have injured my lip in the spot where I have a cold sore. I didn't. So
I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm going to say.
But I don't know.
Call it.
But I don't know. And so I took a test. Do you want to hear how I injured my lip? I didn't injure it. Someone else did.
Was it me throwing a giant bowl at your face like I did to Renee Elise Goldsberry last year on Girls 5 Eva?
No, it wasn't as public as that, but it was kind of almost as funny, and I felt so bad for him. So you gave me that book you gave it to him, actually. You gave my husband a book about breathing, about how we need to breathe through our nose, not our mouth. Since then, I've been taping my mouth closed to go to sleep, and which is so weird, but a lot of people do it. And I found it to be, I used to get up like 4 times in the night to pee during the night, and I don't do that anymore. And I just consider that alone is like worth it because like how
it's the breathing, it's not the peeing. You didn't even know. You thought it was the peeing was a red herring for the breathing.
Who knew? I thought it was because I was like breathing out all of my, I don't know. I thought that somehow breathing extra and through my mouth was like making me pee more. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but I'm an amateur scientist. I wish I was a scientist. But so anyway, I've been putting tape across my mouth to sleep. And, here's a fun fact about me. Tape really sticks to me. Other people can never keep a Band-Aid on, if I put tape on me, it's on there. Like that's just
dry skin. Isn't that dry skin?
No, I don't have dry skin. I've never had chapped lips in my life. I've never had any type of chapped skin in my life. I know it sounds like I'm bragging. This is just the truth. I've never.
This is one of the weirder brags, I think, of all time. Guys, let me just tell you a little bit about me. Band-Aids, tape, sticky things, they stick to my skin like nobody else's skin.
Like you would not believe, and I've never had chapped lips. So it's like 2 brags, really. But it's just the truth about me. I don't really use like a ton of moisturizer. I just have very moist skin, and yet sticky things stick to me really well.
So bizarre. Also, wait, I'm allergic to sticky things.
Yes.
If I stick sticky things on me, I break out and I get like a rash. Trouble.
Meanwhile, I'm fine. Things adhere to me really well. No rash, whatever. But I woke up one day last week and I had like the tape across my mouth. And Matt had brought me a cup of coffee to wake me up like he does every morning because he's the best. And that is the nicest thing. And if you have that in your life, you are so much luckier than so many other people. So just, cherish it. Anyhow, I was like half asleep and I wanted to drink that coffee and I started picking at the tape on the corner of my mouth, but I was like asleep. So, and it was really stuck and I couldn't get it. And Matt just said, "Do you want me to get it?" And I said, "Yeah." And he just ripped it off like a Band-Aid. And I was like, screamed.
Oh no.
I screamed so loud.
Oh no.
It took off a third of my lip. And I was trying not to, and he was like, "Oh my God, why did I do that? I just like ripped it off like a Band-Aid. Like I just had a brain fart and I just ripped it off."
Yeah, but also like, I don't know. I think I might have done that too. Like, because sometimes you just think like if you do it quickly, it just won't hurt. It'll be over with.
Yes.
Sometimes if you, that is the thing with, that is why you rip Band-Aids off like that.
So that it doesn't prolong the pain.
Exactly. And it just comes off easier if you just like take it off.
Yes. But that's like on your elbow or whatever. This is on my lips, which are a great deal more fragile, I guess, apparently, than an elbow or whatever. So anyway, it ripped off like a full third of my bottom lip. And all day he kept being like, oh my God, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. But obviously like my lip looked like a stepped on worm. It was so disgusting. And
what'd you put on it? Aquaphor?
I didn't really put anything on it.
Well,
I was
you
just
put
like,
something on there.
It'll be fine. It'll be
I
fine.
know it's going to be fine, but didn't it hurt?
It didn't really, I mean, nothing hurt like the initial ripping.
Okay.
But, after that, it was just like a little swollen, a little bloody. But now I have a cold sore in that same spot. And so even though logically I'm like, it's probably because my lip was traumatized, I also am like, but do I have COVID?
Oh, I mean, the last 2 days that I was in New York were, it was not great. It wasn't great. The vibe was not great. The vibe in the city, people, it was terrifying, actually.
I mean, Tina Fey had to go back and help them do an SNL, an audience
that
list.
Was wild. I couldn't even believe
person.
I know. I also was hearing just wild stories first, from people directly involved of
yes.
So and so flew to their home, their parents' home, landed and tested negative, flew home, landed and tested positive. So I was hearing a ton of those stories and things. And so Mark's not with us here in Arizona. He's coming on Christmas.
Okay.
But we really discussed, do we just call it? Do we cancel all the plans?
Right.
And I mean, if we weren't, I have to be real. The thought of staying in that rental apartment was enough to send me straight over the edge,
Yeah. Yeah.
And I a little bit was like, oh, wait, hold on. I think the room service is here. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
The man delivering my salad, not wearing a mask.
Oh my gosh. Yikes.
I am I fucking had it. At this point, what do we even fucking do? People are just, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's rough. And I think that we've had such conflicting instruction and from all of these various agencies that were busy as furiously sanitizing her hands.
Sorry.
We've just received so much conflicting information. I guess the upshot is if you can get vaccinated, get vaccinated. If you can get boosted, if you can somehow convince someone. One of our listeners I know wrote in that they would only help their parents with the Wi-Fi if they agreed to get vaccinated. I think that was a solid plan. Also, another friend of mine had a family gathering and did rapid tests at the door, and a person balked at getting the test, but then turned up positive. And
yeah, no kidding. It's always that person, right?
A second test and was positive, and so was turned away at the door of a family gathering, which I know sounds insane, but also just saved your whole family from getting sick. So
I know. I think it's we tested. We've been testing here, and I tested my parents. I tested my family members.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's the responsible thing to do, even though, right. I guess all the new sort of information coming out, I will just say this, I know many people in New York who were vaxxed and boosted, guys, and got this variant. And it's just the thing. I guess, listen, if there are people, these like the right wing people who are like, so you get sick, it's fine. Okay. Like I just am not willing to roll the dice with my family in that way. Yeah. And like the one thing that is shown clearly already is that if you are vaccinated and boosted, your chances of having a severe case / being hospitalized are greatly, greatly diminished.
Or dying. Yes.
Yes. And I just feel like, whatever, this is like preaching to the choir. I don't know. It gets really frustrating. I just am like, I don't know what else to fucking do at this point. Like
it's just what we're all living with right now. And there really is, like, we just have to keep doing and it's not to scare anyone. It's just like, yes, there is, like, if you read the statistics, like if you're vaxxed and boosted, there's a much smaller chance of being hospitalized or having a severe case or dying. But also, like, we have to keep doing all the things that we've been doing, I guess, to prevent breakthrough cases. And if you get it and you get sick and you don't have a severe case, from what I'm hearing from people now, so many that I know and love, it's still pretty miserable. It's pretty miserable.
That's what I was going to say.
Through.
Sorry. I was going to say that. I have a few friends right now who have it, and it's not chill.
Yeah, it's not
vaxxed
great.
And boosted friends who are not thrilled about the current situation. All right. So guys, it's only going to continue.
I just want to say it is Christmas Eve. And so I just want to send love out to everyone who maybe had their plans fucked up by this, or who is maybe hoping to get together with someone and had to reconsider. And if you're still on the fence, it's okay to change your plans, even though it sucks. But if you feel like it's gonna protect you or your family from getting sick, one of my friend's babies is really sick and is just having a miserable time getting through this because the baby's not old enough to be vaccinated. And, and it happens. So just do whatever you feel like you have to do.
One of my best friends from high school, Kate, they were supposed to come back to Arizona. We were super excited.
Yeah.
They called it. They're not coming. They're staying. Yeah. They're in New Jersey and they're staying. Yeah. They're not going to fly. I think that, like, we really discussed it and went back and forth. Also, I feel like we got out pretty early, on the earlier side.
Yeah. Yeah.
My gut, did I even tell you? You know me and my gut. I've been so fucking psychic recently. It's been wild. Maybe something about my sinuses being cleared out.
Maybe. Really?
No, but when I found out, because I didn't originally know that we were scheduled off Thursday and Friday. And when I found out, it was like 2.5 weeks ago, I found out that we weren't going to be working Thursday and Friday. And I was like, should I just change the kids and my plans and leave Thursday?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, and I almost did it. But then Birdie was like, I really want to go to school it's fun because you don't do any work.
Right.
It's like
right.
Well, they didn't get that anyway. But so I was like, oh, okay, I guess that makes sense. And also, like, I've been working so much and so hard, it probably would be difficult for me to get it together to, like, leave the next day,
Right.
But I really was like, oh yeah, we should get out as soon as possible.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I'm glad you're there. I'm glad you're safe. I'm sorry nobody's wearing masks. If any of you are traveling, please be so safe. Wear 50 masks. And also, if you feel like you have to cancel plans, we see you, we hear you. That is probably really smart. If someone's canceling plans on you, even if you're disappointed, please do your best to understand that they have their reasons. And, if you love someone, you want them to feel safe, right? So let's not I feel like sometimes I get like pressured a little bit to like hang out or whatever. And I'm like, it's not just me. It's like, if I get my husband sick or if I get my kid sick and then he gets his girlfriend sick and then she gets her grandmother sick, like this is literally how it happens. So I just feel like for me, I'm just cutting things down to like the minimum must have contacts right now. And, kind of back to original pandemic vibes. It super blows and it super sucks that it happened on the holidays, but fuck, man, what are you going to do?
Well, I don't know. Feels like we have no control and you can only control yourself, as we know. So
that's
what we're doing. But yeah, so, I mean, that feels like that's it, guys. That's the show. Sakara life. Everything's about like being healthy. You know what I mean? Just doing good. Doing good things for your body, for yourself. And I do think that feeling your best starts with what you eat, what you put into your body. And that's why I have loved and returned to Sakara for years. When we met, Caissie, didn't I had that Sakara meal delivery?
You always had Sakara. You were always toting a little Sakara meal with you.
I love them because I feel like they're plant-rich, ready-to-eat meals. They nourish your body with whole organic ingredients that also, they're just delicious. They just are. They're so good. And it helps you kind of like break up with your sweet tooth. It sort of resets you. And, I am not a believer in like things that are forbidden. You know what I mean? Like I don't like denying myself
exactly
things.
Yeah.
Because
it's about
I want
balance. Yeah.
It's about balance, but also like staying healthy and enjoying the meals. Like Sakara is nutritious, super nutritious, plant-based meals that nourish your body, but it never sacrifices taste and flavor and like it's always good. It's always good. Anyway, they're organic and ready to eat meals. They are designed to minimize sugar cravings, boost energy, improve digestion, get your skin glowing. It really delivers on all of those promises. There are chef-crafted breakfasts, lunches, and dinners, and they're backed by cutting-edge nutritional science, and it's delivered fresh to your door anywhere in the United States. Sakara has received rave reviews from Vogue, from Goop, the New York Times, and more. Those are some legit publications. And right now, Sakara is offering our listeners 20% off their first order when they go to sakara.com/busy or enter code BUSY at checkout. That's Sakara, SAKARA.com/busy to get 20% off your first order. Sakara.com/busy. Guys, you know what? I got to say something. It's time to get away. We need to live in a fantasy for a minute. Just a minute.
Just a minute.
It's too hard. It's just too hard. And we need to escape. We need to bring the warmth. We need to heat things up. We need to listen to stories that are just savoring the moment.
A gift for yourself.
A gift for yourself. And that's where Dipsy wants to be a part of your holiday tradition. Dipsy Stories is an app. If you haven't downloaded it yet, it's an app. It's full of sexy audio stories. And now they have brand new written stories.
If you're
no matter what you're into, if you're a reader, how it turns you on, we don't know. But Dipsy helps bring the stories to life anytime, anywhere. Close your eyes, put your headphones on, forget about the world we're currently living in and let yourself get lost in a world where only good things happen and pleasure's your only priority. Explore your fantasies in a safe, shame-free way, guys. There are hundreds of stories to choose from, and they release new content every week, so there's always more. They also have wellness sessions to help you wind down and sleep sessions to help you drift off. For listeners of our show, Dipsy is offering an extended 30-day free trial when you go to dipsystories.com/best. That's 30 days of full access for free when you go to DIPSEA stories.com/best. Dipsystories.com/best. Are you excited for Christmas at all? Like, do you have are all your presents done?
I mean, kind of. I'm like, kind of. It's so hard with the guys because they're like grown-up guys, you know, and they work and they get the things that they need for themselves a lot. It's not as fun as when they were like super into toys or whatever. But yeah, I think so. I think no, there's a major person that I have to find something for, and I still haven't. I don't want to say whomst because that would imply that I hadn't been thoughtful beforehand. That's not the case. I've been trying to think of what is possible and what I can do. So yeah. So as you're listening to this, I'll be scrambling to get something together.
I mean, listen, I just had the biggest. So I just found out that all the like Harry Styles pleasing
makeup
that I purchased. Yeah, nail polish and makeup. Sorry, you guys, my brain. I just wiggled my fingers.
Yeah.
In front of the camera, which is not great for a podcast. Anyway, I just realized that none of it's going to be here by Christmas.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing.
So that
shipping
sucked.
chain problems.
That sucked. And then I legit went on to, do you know this? Have you ever bought anything from Mercari?
Mercari, yeah.
Well,
it's
fuck
like
me, because I can't figure it out.
Like an eBay or like a
First of all,
Poshmark.
So then I was like, yeah, it's like right. So then I was like, oh, I'll buy it. That's the only place where I found this stuff listed.
Okay.
And I was like, I'll just pay a little bit more and just suck it up so that Birdie's not. By the way, the clouds look so cool right now. I will say this is the one thing about Arizona that I do love. The clouds.
Cool clouds.
Cool clouds. Because anyway,
Mercari.
So yeah, it was a disaster. I tried to order one thing. The person fucking canceled the order on me. Okay. Yeah. And then I tried to order this other thing and I put my mom's address as the shipping address, but for some reason when the confirmation came through, it was like my billing address. So I'm like, that's not going to do me any favor. So I reached out to the seller and then she was like, I can't change it on my end. So then she tried to so she canceled the order and then I tried to buy it again. But I think now my credit card is like freaking out because this random ass website has I've tried to charge and then canceled multiple things.
Yeah.
So now it won't buy it for me.
Oh
I don't know.
God. I think the universe is trying to tell us all something.
Well, is the universe trying to save me money?
Maybe because, I don't know, but all I know is that for some reason, whether it was a computer and phone update or something, I got signed out of all of the things that I usually would just be able to buy something on, Target.com or whatever. And I can't remember any of my passwords and I can't get into any of it. And so I think the universe is maybe trying to tell us all it's, you don't really need that thing but you do need it that's the unfortunate thing about the universe is it just deals in big messages and not when you're trying to get some makeup for your kid for Christmas.
Yeah, but also then I don't know. Cause I just was furiously tip-tapping away on my laptop today. And Birdie was like, what are you doing? What are you even doing? And I was like, I'm trying to get you a present, kid. And then they were like, what? And I was like, ugh. Well, then it won't be a surprise. And Birdie's like, just tell me what it is. And I was like, I got you a bunch of stuff from Pleasing. And Birdie's like, oh. And I was like, but it's not going to be here by Christmas. And so I was trying to buy it on a weird third-party resale website and pay more for it. And Birdie was like, that's dumb. Don't do that. That's fine.
Okay.
So,
well,
yeah.
They also could have just been looking for an opportunity to tell you you're being dumb. Kids love that shit.
Well, don't even. I mean, yesterday was not an easy day in my house. There were a lot of tears and it was a lot of drama and it was very hard for me and hard for Birdie and felt like just one of those days.
One of those
where I was
days.
like, well, also I always need to be mindful that traveling and jet lag affects everyone
Mm-hmm.
in a myriad of ways. And also, I wish I could like, I told you my New Year's resolution is to floss more, but like, I wish I could like figure out a New Year's resolution to like help eliminate screen time with my kids. I'm not a person who like, I think the amount of television that I watched growing up was only beneficial to me. I'm not kidding. I watched so much screen time.
Yes.
But my kids are such jerks when they're on their devices for too long.
Yeah.
And it's like, just everybody knows that is true. Everybody knows that that's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know how to try to end that, like, especially because we're all so reliant on it for everything.
Right.
And the biggest thing that I'm trying to like, I don't know. What I'm trying to do, it's my kids are such different ages that like the needs are obviously very separate.
Yeah.
So like with Cricket, I just started instituting yesterday. And of course, parenting in a vacuum is easy because it's just me.
Right.
And I can like make the decisions right now, and I can make the decisions and like implement it.
Right.
And I don't have someone else who either will cave or, you know, whatever.
Right.
Anyway, so Cricket has been, you know, and Cricket's the sweetest kid.
Yes.
But Cricket's been getting this like attitude.
A little spicy.
Oh, I mean, it's not even spicy. Like, just like not nice when the device becomes too much, you know?
Right.
So I said to Cricket yesterday, I was like, all right, dude, here's the new rule in this house. If you cannot speak to me with kindness when I'm asking you a question and you've been on your device, the device goes away for 5 minutes. I know some of you at home might be like, 5 minutes? Take that shit away all day. Not worth it to me, guys. We have to be.
You're punishing yourself.
Punishing myself. And we have to be aware of my limits and make it something that like I can handle. I also have like the fact that I was even doing this podcast. Don't even get me started. The kids,
whole thing.
losing their shit. Like, nobody works. It's Christmas. I was like, everybody's working. Christmas is in 5 fucking days. Like, everyone is working. Guys, it's just hard when you're the only parent around because for lots of reasons, but this is one of them where it's like, there's not another person where you can just be like, you deal with this shit. And like,
yeah, it's harder. Yeah. It's harder in some ways and easier in some others. Cause like you were saying, like you don't have to like come to a consensus on how you're handling anything. And you're just setting rules and boundaries and stuff, but then you're the one that has to implement all the rules and boundaries. And it's exhausting.
The truth is, like with Cricket, that kind of thing. So I implemented it yesterday. It's like already working. Losing the device for 5 minutes, right?
Good.
But that kind of thing has never, and I think honestly will never work on Birdie. Like Birdie's got the willpower of like, I don't know. Birdie's like, so what? You know what I mean? Like if they get a thing into their head.
Yes.
So anyway, different kids. But with Birdie, I just notice emotionally, like they get like, I don't know, it sort of like turns inward. You know how like that's more like an adult reaction, I think, to too much screen time.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you start to feel like bad, right?
Yes.
Anyway,
That's a
yesterday
hard
was
thing.
fucking hard. And then last night we came back to the hotel kind of early. I let the kids order room service, even though we ate dinner at my mom's house. And Cricket and I watched this movie Onward.
Okay.
Do you remember this movie? It came out like maybe last year or something, or 2 years ago. I don't know. It's an
What is
animated
it?
movie.
Okay.
It's like these weird like furry elf guys.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And they're
vaguely.
like trying to like go on a quest to find their dad, but they like their dead dad, but they build half of him.
Okay.
It's really weird.
All right.
I have to say the movie was interesting.
Okay.
Cricket loved it.
Oh, good.
But that was nice.
That's
And
good.
now I don't know. I don't know. Now I don't know.
See, a beneficial screen. Yeah, it's rough. I have to imagine everybody is having a real hard time with their kids that are around that age. Probably younger kids, maybe it's a little easier, but also probably a lot harder in a lot of ways. And then I feel for my young adult guys because they can't go anywhere, and Lincoln was worried that he was exposed in passing to someone that had been exposed to COVID. And so he called off his big like Christmas date because he didn't want to get his girlfriend sick. So, just waiting to like figure out all this shit. And it kind of sucks. But at this point, that kid is like so used to disappointment that it's just like, you're going to have to try harder. I've already had my graduation canceled, prom canceled, freshman year of college canceled. What is one Christmas? Or two Christmases, I guess now.
No. It's hard. It's just been such a weird, hard time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I have nothing.
And yet, is anything making you feel a little happy? Was it nice to see your parents? Was it nice to see your sister? Has it been?
Yeah. I mean, for sure. And what's really cute is Cricket and her relationship with my niece, her cousin. So I think I did tell you this. This was like, I think I mentioned this on the podcast. This is like the one bright spot of the necessity of like being online during COVID was that Cricket and her cousin, who don't live in the same place and weren't before the pandemic particularly close. I mean, liked each other when they saw each other, but whatever. But they ended up like starting to FaceTime and then just playing games online and like FaceTime, and they're so tight now, and they're just little best friends, and it's real cute.
I love it.
So that's been really nice. And I did feel like, even though I was scared about flying and I was nervous about being alone with the kids this time, like I feel like I've been doing my best at remembering something that is from Birdie's DBT therapy, but I think helps everybody, which is that like you got to ride the wave of emotions and things shift pretty quickly, if you're able to let go and ride the fucking wave. And it's helpful if you can, in the moment, acknowledge to yourself that this is a moment. It's not forever. And that you may feel something, but it doesn't mean you are something.
Right. I think it's really wise. I've been thinking a lot about stuff like this, about how things are just a moment, a moment. And I know it seems like a lot, right? Because we've gotten through all of these moments, and is that all life is? Like more moments to get through. But it's kind of like, for me at least, I'm like, if I can just acknowledge that the holiday of Christmas, which has been traditionally very important to me, not that I'm super religious, but just that I really appreciate having a holiday where it's a point to like get together with people that you care about and be festive and say like, I love you and I appreciate you. And this made me think of you. And, just that's important to me. But it is just a day, and like, it's just an arbitrary day on the calendar. And so if we have to kind of cancel it this year because of circumstances beyond our control, then maybe like that frees up my brain to think about this in a new way. And like, why am I holding back until an arbitrary day on a calendar to say like, I love and appreciate you, and this made me think of you? Like, what? Like, you don't have to save it for that day. And so my hope is that soon there will come a day where I can do that in person again. But until then, like, why am I waiting for the 25th of December to do or say whatever it is that I feel like I had to save up?
Higher Dose is literally one of my favorite things of all time. What I'm so grateful for is that I have their sauna blanket at home so I can do their one-of-a-kind at-home spa experience. It's an infrared little blanket that gets hot. You get in there, you lay down, you wrap it up, you turn the heat up, you sweat it out. You can burn like 600 calories in one sweat session, but it's just nice to like, it's euphoric to get it all sweated out. And I've talked about infrared therapy before, but it supports glowing skin, deeper sleep, balanced mood. As your core temp heats up, this is science, guys. Your brain releases a dose of happy chemicals, which leaves you feeling euphoric after your sweat session. It's why I love infrared saunas so much. And the blanket's deeply penetrating heat instantly boosts blood flow, flooding your body with enviable benefits like radiant and youthful skin. Two things that I think you and I both have. Caissie?
Yeah, I would agree. I think we're doing all right in the radiant and youthful skin department. Plus, higher energy, your mood is boosted, and you have decreased bloat. Who can't use all of those things?
Right. So, and also if you want to have the benefits of infrared without the sweat, they have a really cool infrared PEMF mat that recharges your cells and helps you feel relaxed, grounded, and rejuvenated. It's an incredible mat. It combines the powerful technology of heated infrared with PEMF plus 20 pounds of healing crystals like amethyst and tourmaline for a relaxing, restorative experience that really calms you down. It's one of my favorite things to do before bed because I don't want to get all sweaty before bed, but I just want to like chill out. And it helps me sleep so deeply. And now they've introduced their own red light face mask, which stimulates collagen, activates glowing skin, reduces fine lines, regenerates cells. It's kind of incredible. You can use it while you're in your sauna blanket and just get your whole infrared beauty routine done in one shot.
Yeah,
So,
I like to just put it on every night when I'm watching Yellow Jackets, and it's very
I got to
relaxing.
tell you something, Caissie, I don't want to sidebar too much during an ad about a television show, but I just looked at some Instagram for that show and it's too scary for me.
That's what I'm saying. It
Yeah,
is
it's too
very scary, but I put on the mask and I'm relaxed, so I'm able
All
to
right.
handle it.
Okay. So guys, get your own sauna blanket or mat, red light mask today at higherdose.com. You can use our promo code BEST at checkout to save 15% off. That's higherdose.com, promo code BEST. Or just go to higherdose.com/busy and you're going to save 15%. Go get your heat on. Oh, Homedics air purifier. It could not be a better time for you. First of all, the sinus infections, the allergies, this whole situation.
Listen, you want to keep the air in your house as clean as possible. Yeah.
I need that air clean. I need it clean. And my Homedics air purifier has been doing the job for me. It's amazing. The Total Clean's air filtration system and UVC light removes up to 99.9 of airborne allergens, including pollen, pet dander, smoke, and mold. It's pretty incredible. And it is much cheaper than crazy expensive air purifiers. It's more compact than typical bulky air purifiers. It doesn't take up a lot of space in your home.
No, and it's like the noise is very low. It's a soothing noise. And I like to put a couple drops of essential oil on this little pad in there, and then it diffuses like a nice scent in your home.
Yeah, I've been doing that. I've been doing the I've been putting a little lavender oil at night.
There you go.
Which makes it smell so nice. Plus, Homedics has an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. They're a brand you can rely on. Guys, join the millions of customers who trust Homedics family to take care of their own family. I cannot speak enough about the Total Clean air purifier. I truly love it. In fact, I purchased another one. Even though it purifies air in large rooms up to 343 square feet. But I just feel like I want a couple of them, front of the house, back of the house type deal.
Right.
And it's just really been a lifesaver. We've got 3 pets in the home, 2 kids. It's a lot,
Yeah.
So whether you're dealing with allergies or just looking to keep your family safe, we've got good news right now. If you go to homedics.com/best and use promo code BEST, you're going to receive a free replacement filter with the purchase of your air purifier. That's up to a $99 value. Make sure you add the replacement filter to your cart or else the promo code won't work, okay? So it's a free replacement filter when you go to homedics.com/best and use the promo code BEST. Well, can I tell you something?
What? You can.
I will. I will, because that's what we do here on this podcast. I have, for the last several years, been an in-the-moment gift buyer giver.
Yeah.
And occasionally it means that at Christmas, I'm like,
what do I do? Yeah.
I don't really have anything for you.
Right.
I mean, people in my life, like friends and things. But like, if I see a thing that I'm like, oh, this person has to have this thing.
Right.
I just get it in that moment. And like, I mean, I understand, if you have the ability to do that,
yes.
You're not living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people are, you know what I mean? Like you have expendable income to like buy people gifts. And, and I think, I don't know, but there is something nice to when you're in the moment. I don't know, maybe we should all do that. Like, fuck birthdays and holidays. Let's just agree that we're all going to give each other 1 to 3 presents a year.
Yes. Yes.
And they can come whenever.
Anytime.
I mean, but my love language is gift giving. So, for me, it's like, this is important. My fucking Olympics.
Yes. It's so important. We put so much pressure on ourselves too. And like, obviously I feel that way too. But like, I gotta be honest, like I felt so bad this year because my family was like, what do you want for Christmas? And I was like, there's like these cloths that you wash your face with, makeup eraser cloths, and they really take off your makeup really great. I want that. And that's like one thing for one person to get me. And they were all like, great. But I have to be honest, like every time Lincoln sends me like a funny meme of like something that some puppy did something insane because, I have like a thing about animal memes. I'm like, they have to be really stellar for me to react because there's just too many animal memes. And
Too many.
I just think like a lot of animals aren't really bringing shit to the table, and like to expect me to, it's like fake laughing at like a dad joke or whatever. Like I'm not doing it. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm not reacting to an animal meme unless it's stellar. And so Lincoln, my son, knows that about me. And so he really searches for stellar animal memes, and he curates this shit for me. And that is such a gift to me whenever he sends it to me. Also, that stupid rug that I melted on Thanksgiving, it was really like just... I'm the kind of person when something isn't right, that could be fixed, it just makes me insane to not have it be fixed. Like it's like a bees in my brain. And like I really wanted to get that melted rug out of my room. And it was like, I couldn't do it myself. I couldn't lift my bed to like roll the rug out. It was a big rug, a big old cheap, shitty rug. And I just couldn't do it. And then Eli was like, I got it. He just came in and like that. He's so skinny. I don't know how he's so strong for someone so skinny, but he just like bit by bit got that rug out and like did it for me. And I was like, that's all anyone could have done for me for Christmas. That is like the hugest. So I guess I'm like an acts of service type of person.
Yeah. Your love language is acts of service.
Yeah. There we go. So yeah.
Well, yeah, mine are I'm definitely into gifts. Both giving and receiving.
I love getting gifts too.
I actually love giving them. But
you love getting them too.
I do. I love it when people nail me. Like,
yes.
Like a few times, you're good at it. There are a few people that can really.
I love giving gifts. I used to, and it's really, it's interesting to give gifts to an interesting person, right? Like I loved shopping for gifts for Andy Cohen because he really is interesting and he had things that he loved, and it was so fun to be able to surprise him. Like it was because when you're a celebrity and you're fancy, people just give you fancy shit all the time. And that
totally.
It's so nice. And that's like brands give it to you. But also when people are giving you a gift, they usually give you something very fancy. But I like to listen to people and like make an effort because I'm not, I can't just buy someone like a BMW or whatever, So I like to listen.
What?
I can't. I'm sorry.
Did I tell you about my
BMW.
dad asking me to buy him the Porsche?
No. He asked you to buy him a Porsche?
I think he might have been kidding. But also I was like, Dad, what do you think is happening? Like, there's no version of my life in which I'm in a position to buy a Porsche for you, sir. And it was making me laugh so hard. Like, truly.
Oh my
but
gosh.
anyway, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. But you do get, but that is the secret of good gift giving. It's not just about listening is the secret to good gift giving.
My most proud moment for a gift for Andy Cohen, one time he loves Snoopy, and one time an audience member wore a Snoopy sweater to the show. And Andy could not stop talking about how much he loved that sweater. And he was like, where did you get that? And I think he thought it was from like a modern like collaboration. And the guy was like, oh, it's from like the 70s. It was my dad's. And Andy was like, oh my God. So there's no chance I could ever get that sweater. And of course I hunted everywhere high and low, found the sweater, like a vintage Snoopy sweater, the same exact one that he loved, and it needed a little work done. So I took it and got it like a little restoration done on it, but it was very inexpensive overall, and gave him that sweater, and he wore it to Amy Sedaris's Christmas party and took a picture with her in it. But that's the kind of thing that I like to do. Like I like to hunt high and low, but you can't guarantee that you're going to find like the thing,
Which is why I'm saying that when you find it,
yes, you gotta go for it
and give it.
You got to go for it. I know. I was like, if somebody demands to know what else I want for Christmas, I don't know what I would say. I like the thing that keeps running through my mind is root beer. Like, I just really want some root beer, but I wouldn't buy it for myself. you know?
I'm sure there's a root beer of the month club.
I have a specific type of root beer that I don't want to name because they're not an advertiser on the podcast, but I do love that type of root beer. But I'm very loyal to it. But yeah,
Can I guess it? Is it A&W?
No, I love an A&W stand though. That's big in Canada, an A&W restaurant.
Right.
I do like. The funniest thing about A&W stand. Have you ever been to like the restaurant? Do they? Of course. Where do they have those? So, when's the last time you went?
I was probably 7 or 8.
Okay, so I don't know if they had. I don't know if they had this back then, but like now the burgers, instead of like Whopper, Big Mac, whatever, like every place has their burgers. They're the big burger is called a Papa Burger, and then the next one down is the Mama Burger. Do you know that? Has that always been like
gross.
That? No. But so we went to the big opening of an A&W when we were in Canada. It was like a big event in the town that we were in. And the kids went, and a nice Canadian woman took their order, and they each said that they wanted a mama burger. And then she said, so seriously, would you like cheese on your mama? And both kids like beat themselves laughing. And to this day, whenever anything has to do with cheese, they always say, would you like cheese on your mama?
Oh my God. That's amazing.
But anyway, yeah, root beer. That's what that's my biggest wish for Christmas. I hope someone wraps up a 6-pack of root beer for me and puts it under the tree.
There's still time, guys.
That's a very.
I have to check on the thing. I put in an order for you, but I don't know where the fuck it is. That's the other thing. I think because I've been working so much, like, oh my God. And do you know what else I've been doing?
Wait, was it for mushrooms? It might have been a scam.
It was not. It was not. But also, by the way, guess who got me mushroom chocolate?
Who did?
Kelly Oxford.
Of course. Of course. She's got the hookup.
Anyway, okay. So here's what I will say is happening. So I know I think I put this order in, but it's like not traceable because it was like a conversation I had with someone. So that does sound like drugs. It's not. It's definitely not. But it's like a handmade thing. And I talked to anyway, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
The point being, I got to check on that. You'll get it sometime in February, I imagine.
Yeah.
It's a New Year's present.
Okay. Well, I love it already.
Like, so I, got to my mom's house and my mom was like, Busy, there are just 4,000 packages for you here that you have to open. And I was like, right, because I've been sending stuff there. But I've been, this sinus infection, guys, I'm sorry to keep harping on the sinus. It was no fucking joke, okay?
Yeah.
Like, I think I was maybe in a fugue state. I don't remember chunks of time in the last, I'm not kidding, in the last month. I started opening packages and I was like, what the fuck is this? Also, I've been waking up super early for work. And I guess I would and then you get tested. And the way we did it at our work, which was the logical way, which is a way that I've heard that other productions and / that Twitter thread about Broadway didn't do it, is that we would take the test and then we would wait for the results before we would go into hair and makeup.
Right.
Because you don't want to expose anyone.
Right.
Yeah. But some productions and on Broadway, apparently they would take the test and then
go right to work
to do the work. And then if they were positive, they would get pulled out, which is you've already exposed people. It's stupid.
There's huge gaps in logic happening all over the world.
Truly. But so just imagine me at 5:15 in the morning in my trailer, in my dressing room on the internet, just buying Christmas presents for people and not remember, and then going about my day. So I'm opening up these packages and I'm like, what in God's name? First of all, I have purchased more things that were directly advertised to me on Instagram.
It works.
Well, it works, but it's also I know I should hate it, but I don't ever want it to end. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know it should make me deeply uncomfortable how
Being targeted.
Yes. But I also am like, I feel seen.
That's the genius of it.
I know.
That is the genius of it.
But this is what I'm saying to you. I'm smart enough to know all of the steps. I understand what is happening, and yet I can't stop it. I can't turn it the fuck off. So anyway, both of my kids are getting like multiple things that were just like directly advertised to me for them. And I mean, I think my kids are going to have a pretty good Christmas. Birdie's just at that age. It's so fucking hard because they're in between. I mean, you know, tween has like become a term for younger kids now, right?
Yeah.
But the real sort of in between is like, I think until you're 35. You know, I think you're like in a process of being a tween until you just wake up one day and you're like, oh, maybe 40, maybe, and you're like, oh, this is it. And this is life. And I'm, you know,
your brain doesn't even like set up. It doesn't gel all the way until you're 25.
Right.
And then that's like the beginning of,
but
you know,
it's hard. And I don't know if I don't know if you guys had cut, but anyway, what Birdie's like experiencing right now is a little tricky just because obviously Cricket's 5 years younger. And then the cousins are younger that we're with here, my sister's kids. Right. So Birdie's like in this weird pull of like, I can tell that they want it to be like magical and fun and they want to like be participatory. But then at the same time, they're like, I'm not going to sit here and decorate this fucking gingerbread house. Do you know what I mean? Like they're not a little, it's like that thing where you're like, you can't put your Barbies away, but you like also hate your Barbies.
Yeah. Yeah. I get that.
So I'm trying to make it like special by getting cool stuff for them, but we'll see. I gave Birdie an early present yesterday after the melty, not as a reward. Guys, don't do that to me. I can't. But just like, there's a lot happening. And I just was like, I had gotten Birdie from Urban Outfitters. They did like a Urban Outfitters exclusive, like Taylor Swift red sweatpants and like a t-shirt.
Oh, cute.
I know. And it was like sold out. And then one day I was online at 5:15 a.m.
You found it.
And they had like just restocked or something. So I got it and I gave it to Birdie yesterday as a little gift from me. And then I took them to In-N-Out, which was a present for both of us, I think.
That's great. And I think that, I think you just have to do what you can. I think one thing that I loved about my kids at that age, that exact age that you're talking about, is that because there's a little distance, but a little separation between them, when you get to that older age, it can be like a nice opportunity to try to be like, oh, the fun is helping it still be magical for the ones for whom it's still magical. Yes. So that's really nice when you're able to make that happen. And then,
I was trying that yesterday and Birdie helped me wrap like 6 presents for Cricket. That's great. Then was like, can I just go watch Twitch? And I was like, yes, you may. Goodbye.
It's a lot to, you know, and also we've all wished for that there was like a handbook for doing all of this properly and dealing with all of this properly. And the holidays are always a lot for everybody. But now, like, even if we had a handbook, we'd be throwing it out because it's totally different now. Like the pressure that everyone's dealing with and the emotional issues that everyone, like, I keep saying to people, like, we've been traumatized, you know, from the littlest
and it's
of us
hard. And that's what I was going to say. It's hard as adults to hold space. It's hard for me. And I consider myself to be like a pretty fucking aware person who tries to, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to hold my own trauma and my children's.
Yeah. 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 It's hard. It's hard. A lot of people are just like, again, talking about like reframing, like this is just a day, but like limping to the end of the year and trying to like cross the finish line. And I'm trying to reframe it for myself where I'm like, the end of the year is just arbitrary. Like it's still going to be a lot of the same stuff. And, and so I just want to do well in the moments where I can do well. And I want to do good in the moments where I can do good. And then like, if I have to fall apart and call somebody crying and ask for help, then, then I want to do that. I want to let myself do that. And, and I'm very lucky that I have people that I can call when I'm crying.
I don't know about you guys, but haven't been getting much sleep lately.
Because you've been away from your Helix bed.
I've been awake. Helix has the greatest mattresses in the world. If you find yourself waking up multiple times a night, maybe it's not just the current state of the world. Maybe it is, in fact, that it's time to upgrade your mattress. Helix Sleep has a quiz. It takes just 2 minutes to complete. It matches your body type and your sleep preferences with the perfect mattress for you. Everyone is unique. Helix knows that. There are lots of different mattress models to choose from. It's not just like a mattress in a box that's just one size fits all. They know one size does not fit all.
If you're a side sleeper, back sleeper, stomach, if you move around all night, they got you.
If you're hot, if you are hot when you sleep and you need to be cooled down, if, you're looking for a mattress, go take this quiz and order the mattress that you're matched to. The mattress comes right to your door, shipped for free. You don't ever need to go to a mattress store again. And honestly, you may never be able to again. So let's just say this is a benefit.
Not a place I want to be right now. So
no, sure not.
Love to get a mattress right at my door. And it's so comfortable. I'm such a mattress snob. And my Helix mattress is it's delightful.
Well, I didn't even know I was a mattress snob, but so many things as I started to get, I'm not even kidding you. It was like, as I was getting older in my later 30s and, whatever, I was like, oh my God, when I wake up, this hurts, this hurts, this hurts. And then I realized, I hadn't bought a new mattress since I was 25.
Yeah.
It was time to upgrade my mattress. Yeah. Anyway, guys, Helix is awesome. You don't need to take our words for it. Helix has been awarded the #1 best overall mattress pick of 2020 by GQ and Wired magazine, 2 magazines that know what they're talking about when it comes to mattresses. We want to help you out. Go to helixsleep.com/best. Take their 2-minute sleep quiz. They're going to match you to a customized mattress that's going to give you the best sleep of your life. They have a 10-year warranty, and you get to try it out for 100 nights risk-free. They're even going to pick it up for you if you don't love it. But I'm telling you something, you will. Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/best.
Athletic Greens. You know what? AG1 is everywhere. It is blowing up. But I want to say something. We've been on the AG1 train for a long time.
On that train for a long time. I just set up a smoothie station at my house. People make like a coffee station. I made a smoothie station, and my jar of Athletic Greens is the star.
Listen, I'm obsessed. You're obsessed. Everyone's obsessed.
With good reason.
I love a smoothie.
Yeah, I love a smoothie too because I hate chewing. Who has time to chew? And so I just make a smoothie with whatever I want. And then I put in a scoop of Athletic Greens, and I feel like I'm getting some vital nutrition that I would have maybe missed out on. Yeah.
Because with one delicious scoop of Athletic Greens, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food sourced superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. The special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, your recovery, your focus, and aging. I think that's everything. I actually think that's everything.
Yeah, that's if you have help with all of those things, you're in pretty good shape.
Yeah. I mean, AG1 has helped my digestion. It's simplified things for me. when I'm like, ugh, I'm just definitely not going to make it to eating all the things that I need to eat today. And I don't feel like taking a giant multivitamin because yuck. I just know that I can make a smoothie, put the AG1 in it. I typically do mine like midday, but you do you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's lifestyle friendly. It's keto, paleo, vegan, dairy-free, gluten-free, contains less than 1 gram of sugar, no GMOs, no nasty chemicals or artificial anything. It still tastes good. And it costs you less than $3 a day. Listen, you should be investing in your health. That's cheaper than coffee.
Right.
It's cheaper, definitely cheaper than getting all of the different supplements yourself. And it's an all-in-one nutritional situation, guys. So right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition, especially heading into this flu and cold season. It's just 1 scoop in a cup of water every day, or you can make a smoothie, or you can put it in juice. That's it. There's no need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/busy. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/busy to take ownership of your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. I also do want to give like a shout out to all of the like I just feel like one good thing is that if you need any assistance mental health wise over this time, there are so many telehealth organizations and places that are available to us now to help with like mental health, anything.
Yeah.
Whether it's like therapy or like drugs or, whatever it is. And that's new. That's new.
Yeah.
And I just want to remind people it exists. I actually had a conversation with a person here in Phoenix where I was like, well, they were kind of talking about how, well, you can't get into anyone and and it's the holidays and And I was like, okay, so first of all, a deep breath. And then secondly, let's look online at the telehealth things that are available. Just because telehealth, telemental health, health, just because there are so many and there's no reason why, if you're feeling the struggle, there's somebody that can, a professional that can help. And a lot of them take insurance. They range in price. Some people some are sliding scales. Sometimes you can just put in how much money you have to give and they will help you. You know what I mean? I'm just, I'm just offering this.
Yes.
Not as a prescriptive thing, but just a reminder.
If you need it.
Or if somebody might need it, you might, as was the case with me.
Yeah.
I refilled my pills, guys, before I got here. So I'm good.
And also never has there been more access to if you have questions, there's so many mental health professionals and doctors on TikTok, sharing information. And I just feel like it's a real opportunity. If you're going to be on TikTok anyway, you're going to be on Instagram anyway, follow some of those people. This is not an endorsement by any means of anyone in particular, because I'm sure people range from, very qualified to not so qualified. But what I'm saying is, if that comes up into your feed and you see something that you recognize, that's really valuable.
Yeah, me too. I'm is this crystal based shit, or is this psychology based shit? I don't care. It works. It works for me. It's a good reminder today.
Yeah.
I always repost that shit when it comes across my line of vision. Wait, oh my God, we didn't talk about With Love. We didn't talk about Birdie's debut.
We didn't.
So that happened. I mean, I don't
Well, we talked about a lot about it in the
Yeah,
lead up.
we did.
But
Anyway, it was really special. And I've been so thrilled by like everybody's response. And I know Gloria, it's like meant the world to Gloria, how many people are just like loving on that show. And I binged it all that morning, and it's just so great and like so cool to see Birdie so like standing firmly rooted in a thing that like, you know, they're great at. They're just really talented. And also they're just really good at being themselves. Like, you know, for better or worse, like even yesterday, I was like, this is 100% you. Like, you know, like the way that they process things and the way that they're just like a very unique person. And I'm really so grateful to be Birdie's mom.
That's such a cool experience. Yeah, I'm glad. It was really nice to see what you shared on Instagram, like getting emotional over watching the shows. It was really nice. It was great.
I mean,
it was great. I felt
crazy.
like I watched it all too, and I felt like it was like an extra long holiday movie. You know,
that's
what I mean?
thought.
Yeah. So
Sorry,
I was
didn't mean to scream, guys.
No,
sorry.
It's exciting. If you love, if you have not yet watched it, but you love a holiday movie,
that's right.
That this is like a really high quality, very long holiday movie that you can just like dig in for the whole afternoon and enjoy.
Yeah. I think that's a good way of putting it.
And then Girls 5 Eva is like finally in the UK, I feel like.
Yeah, everybody was confused because I reposted something from like Universal Television Worldwide that was like, see, Girls 5 Eva coming December something, 15th. And people were like, oh my God, the second season's already out. I was like, oh no, guys, this is just in the UK.
To the UK.
Just in the UK.
We're a worldwide, a global operation here. We got
that's right.
Shows coming out in different countries.
All over the place, really.
It always surprised me in Busy when we were doing Busy Tonight where the show was like popular.
Australia
and like Brazil. So funny.
It is so funny. It's so weird.
And appreciated. Certainly.
It was appreciated.
Always love to hear. And this podcast has listeners all over the world. And that is always so nice for me when someone reaches out from another country.
Yeah, I agree. I concur.
To tell us what's happening in their country.
So wait, did you say what you're doing your best at?
I didn't say. Here's what I did my best at. I bitched on this podcast about that they stopped making the tampons that I love, and really with no explanation, which could mean that they're like, who knows what the fuck? It could mean that they're explosive for all I know. You know, why would you stop making the world's greatest tampons abruptly without notice? But anyway, I was like, I'm just going to go on eBay and buy some of these tampons. And it's a real like green bananas situation. Like if you're 100 years old, they tell you not to buy green bananas. I didn't probably need to buy these tampons in bulk, but I just did. I figured if I have a bunch left, if I only have one more period and then I have a bunch left over, I'll give them to
You can always donate them.
You can always
donate them. Sure.
Yeah. But so that's what I did. I just treated myself to some vintage tampons, and I'm pretty psyched about it because I did indeed have another period. And just been doing my best to like stay calm and be like, that's a period cramp. It's not a COVID cramp.
The thing I will say though, Case, too, at this point, it's like we aren't 2020, March 2020. I mean, obviously there are unknowns and obviously there are variables and obviously. But we, you know, I feel like knowing, you know, you're vaxxed and boosted. Like,
yeah,
I don't think this shit, if you got it, is going to kill you.
I hope not, but damn, you just never know. We're knocking wood.
I knocked wood.
Yeah. Hotel wood.
Excuse me, that sounded like a fart. It wasn't. It was the seat. You know I love a fart.
A hotel seat. I hope the fart comes through on your microphone.
Me too. It's like such a bit from what is it? It was on It's on Freaks and Geeks when the chair squeaks and the cute cheerleader girl is studying with. Do you watch Freaks and Geeks?
Yes.
Okay, but that was like amazing because I don't think I could ever recreate it. Hold on, let me see. There.
Oh,
yeah,
there you go.
Paula Pell. I forgot. I got to go find one. Paula Pell was like my hands down best gift that I give every year if I'm with like all of the family are fart machines to everybody. And she's like, it's the most fun Christmas if you hand out fart machines.
Yes.
So that reminds me, I think I might want to just
get some fart machines.
Hop on over to a Dispenser's Gifts still exist. I don't know.
Yes, I think so. Yeah. Yeah. Go get some fart machines.
Double mask and glove it up and go into
oh my God.
Gift.
I feel like Leslie Nielsen gave me a fart machine once, like when I was a young television employee.
That tracks.
Yeah, it seems like that. And I have to say, talk about like one time. Wait, did I ever tell this story? Like I was a cheerleader in high school, a competitive cheerleader, and we were in a really big, important national competition. And the start of the routine was all of us like in formation, like bent over at the waist, like getting ready to pop some explosive dance move. And while we were on the floor, just like 1 second before our music started, our captain, the most glamorous cheerleader, really ripped a fart like right before we started. And we all were not able to die of laughter because that would have ruined our competition.
Ruined your chances.
Yeah, ruined our chances. But we were all laughing inside and it all made us so much more relaxed that we were like, I mean, she farted. Like, what are we going to do? We all have fart on us. We're like performing coated in glamorous girl fart. And we won that competition. And I think it's because of Kimberly's fart.
I mean, bless her heart. Kimberly's fart.
She was so apologetic after. And it was like, you should really own it. You should just be like, I totally meant to fart on all of you. And that's like, that's a power move.
I mean, that is by the way, farting on someone is a power move. That's why Cricket does it like literally twice a day. Just walks over and farts on me.
Oh my gosh.
Cricket is just something else. Listen, I'm going to do it. I'm going to call this podcast short. I think we gotta wrap it up because I have to go find my children. Period. That's it. I just have to go find my children.
You just have to go find your children.
I have to go be with them. And like, I just feel like Birdie does have a point. Like I can't be doing this podcast for 3 hours on the week of Christmas.
Weeks. Yeah.
Yes.
It's true. It's true.
So I'm going to go find my kids.
Okay. And next week we'll be off.
We're off next week. You guys take a fucking break.
And
Take a break. Go away with us for the summer.
Old episodes and
catch up, guys. You've got literally 4 million hours of content easily. By the way, I talked to best friend BFF Chrissy, and she's like, "Oh my god, just catching up on the podcast. So good, Busy. I just love it. Yeah, I just finished. I'm at the Andrea Barber episode.
Oh,
and I was like,
okay, all right.
Yeah, but that's
not far behind.
Really?
Yeah, not too far behind.
No. Well, we appreciate you that listen in real time, but also it's a lot of hours. So maybe you can use this next week to catch up. But in the meantime, you guys, I really, truly am wishing you so much ease in your holidays.
Yeah.
And just quiet joy. Just be able to like be still and find a moment of joy for yourself and with your families or maybe just alone.
And good luck. And if you know, wishing you good luck, but also if you're here and you made it this far, you've enjoyed some good luck. So good for you. And we, maybe take a moment to appreciate that because a lot of people haven't. A lot of people Not to get too deep, but a lot of people haven't made it this far, and you've made it this far, and that is a huge fucking deal.
And this year's been weird as the one before it. And honestly, guys, you know, what is normal? We don't know.
They're not going to get less weird, I don't think.
They're not going to get less weird. But what we can do is meet it, try to continue to meet it with kindness for ourselves and for the people around us. And I wish that for you guys. I wish that for myself. I wish that for you, Caissie.
Aww.
And I love you so much.
I love you too. We love
and
you.
I really miss you.
I miss you too.
And I want to see you soon in person.
Soon. Very soon. Fucking come on.
I know.
Omicron's not invited.
No, fuck that guy.
Soon.
That guy's the worst.
It'll be soon. But so lucky.
But we love you guys.
Yeah, we love you, and so lucky to talk to you. And thank you for spending time with
Yeah.
us this year. It's really like we say it all the time. Not the biggest deal podcast in the world. There are certainly massively popular podcasts, but like also, I don't know. I'm like at a loss for words, but what you guys have done for us is an impressive accomplishment to us. It means a lot.
Yeah. It
And
really
like
does.
you spending time with us is worth a million times more people because you guys are our friends and treat us like friends and let us into your phones every week. And it means a lot. We're not in there, like we're not looking through your photos or whatever. Just yeah. Yeah, that's a metaphor.
But just a reminder, if you delete photos, you have to go into the deleted folder and also delete those. Otherwise, they're there for like 30 days. You guys, we love you. We love you.
Happy holidays. Happy New
holidays.
Year.
Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing my best.
Oh, no.